Even though there have been court orders telling the ICE and CBP they cannot do this, they continue to terrorize our community.
The Department of Homeland Security says a driver fired shots at ICE agents in the neighborhood yesterday.
The best R&B all day.
Y'all be jamming?
Listen live on your smartphone, in your car, at work, or live at KissWTLZ.com. We're Kiss 107.1.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another edition of Straight Talk. So glad to have you with us in the house on today. I have in the studio, if you're looking via social media, two individuals. One is covered by a mic, but now you can see them. I'm going to ask that you please come forward just a little bit, Alicia. We have Miss Alicia Fields and Mr. Jeffrey Bulls in the stream. And some of you guys said, what are these two people doing here? We'll get right to that. Today, we're going to talk about the power of community collaboration. We are coming off the heels of what I would consider one of the most exciting, really inspirational moments that we've had in our community in a very long time. So we're going to talk about that in just a second. But we also have Miss Alicia Fields, who is in the studio today. Alicia, welcome to Straight Talk. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good.
Good.
And Jeff, we're going to talk today. So I want you to just go ahead. You're well known here. You're a reoccurring part of this audience. Just give a shout out to our people.
Hey, people.
Hey, people. All right. All right. So we're going to get into the theme, to the swing of things on today. But before we do that, I want you to know that Alicia is here. On last week, we had Miss Amaya Bradley, who's coming in, and she is growing confidence. So she's going to be bringing some confidence and inspiration to all of you young folks. We're trying to also incorporate some of the younger people into what we're doing here. The target or the demographic audience for the station tends to trend a little bit higher. But I think these younger individuals that we're bringing in, we got 3. So this is number 2 of 3 that we have. The third one is definitely a treat. But this is another young lady that will be a part of this conversation. So all of you that are populating our social media platforms, our streams, we want you to like, tag, and share this conversation with all of your friends, your play cousins. Let them know Straight Talk is on. Come in the house because the lights are on. All right. So we are here with Miss Alicia Fields, and Alicia is a communications major out at Saginaw Valley State University. I've known her for a number of years now, and she is doing great things. She is an athlete. And tell them what she's shaking her head like, yeah, tell them what you run, Alicia.
So I'm a short sprinter, so I do anything from the 60 to the 400 meter. Don't ask me if I want to race because I'm probably gonna beat you. You always be asking me, so.
So not only is she beautiful, but she is very talented. Y'all see those guns in the stream over there, don't you? She's showing off those guns, but we're gonna have her in the studio. She has an interest to operate in the sports management field. You had a really interesting, unique opportunity this past summer in terms of your internship. Why don't you share some of what you were doing?
So this summer I worked for Visit Detroit. They're a conventions bureau. Michigan actually only has one. Unlike other states like Texas, they have multiple. And I was just able to network and work with a lot of people. I was an event planner, so helping with the Pistons, doing some things at Little Caesars Arena, working with a lot of big hotels down there. Motor City Casino Hotel, a lot of different things. So it was a really great opportunity just to meet people and connect with the city of Detroit. Really love it there. I like Saginaw just a little bit more glitz and glam.
Okay, and so she has a desire to be in that sports industry. She was working with the football team. I think you were doing photos and all kinds of stuff with the football team. Yes. So she's worked out there at SVSU. Now she wants to throw her hat in the big ring. Looking to work. She's got some pretty interesting opportunities that are on her horizon right now. I think she's looking to do something maybe with the Pistons or the Lions or one of those teams down there. So we're excited about that. And as long as we have her here, we're going to get her busy. She is a sports fiend. She likes sports of all kind. So she's going to be talking with us. I know it's a little bit of turn. She's going to be talking with us about sports, what's going on, what is happening in the wonderful world. Just give them a little taste of what they're going to be tuned into when the fellas want to know what the sports are, and we love to get the sports where there's a beautiful lady on the screen. So why don't you just share a little bit what's going on?
So what's going on today? I decided just to bring y'all Detroit sports. So we know that the Detroit Lions are playing today. It's halftime. They're playing the Washington Commanders. As we know from last year, we sadly lost to them in 45-31 last year, just making it barely close to the NFC Finals. So the score right now at the halftime is 25-10. Jamar Gibbs, his little fast self, opened up with a 40-yard touchdown. I just kind of want to know with thoughts on the Super Bowl, what they're looking like. I feel like our biggest competition is going to be the Eagles. They're always a big contender. We got Jalen Hurts over there, Devontae Smith, and all those good guys. But it looks like the Lions are definitely going to pull it out today. We have a lot of injuries, especially Jaden McDaniels. That's a really big contender of the Washington team since they are kind of young. There was also a little bit back and forth during the second quarter with one of their veterans kind of getting kicked out and ejected from the game, which you don't see happen often in football. Most of that's in basketball. And then, that's all I have about the Lions. So make sure y'all tune in, go support. Definitely, like I said, gonna win that game, no doubt about it. And then we also got the Pistons playing tonight at 7:30, so that's in an hour and a half. So make sure y'all tune in to Cade Cunningham. He's been averaging about 25.6 a night, so he's really having a good season. And we're ranked number 1 in the East, so that's pretty good. Also, especially coming off of 2 years and kind of been in a drought. So last year was a kind of our breakout season. So I'm happy to see that. We have 7 wins and only 2 losses. One in the preseason, I believe, being to the Chicago Bulls, which we only lost by 4 points, which was 111 to 115. And then we also lost to the Cavs, which was 100 to 118. So that's not really a big deficit. We are a young team, but we do expect them to make to the playoffs, especially a little higher this year. But if the young players develop, we really have a chance to be a real threat this season. I really believe that, especially with Cade Cunningham, Jalen Durham. And then just to win a title, though, I just feel like we do need more multiple All-Stars. We really depend a lot on Cade Cunningham a lot, and he kind of needs that load off. So really hoping some of those players step up. But Jalen, he's definitely been stepping up to the plate. And biggest comp for that is just going to be the Cavs. They're both similar in teams. They almost have identical rosters with high energy, a lot of aggressive on defense. And then also Donovan Mitchell, him being the star player of the team. So make sure you guys tune in tonight. They're going to be playing at 7:30, as I said earlier, against the 76ers back in Philly. So it's going to be a show.
All right, I don't want you to break any Lions' hearts out there, but what are you feeling about the Lions? Do they have it in them this year? What's going on?
I do feel like they have it in them this year. I just feel like we need to keep the momentum up. Dan Campbell is a great, great coach. I really love how he just goes after it. The Lions, they're saying, is having grit. I do believe they have it. I just think that Jared Goff is going to be probably the most biggest what if they make it that far. I really do feel like we have a good lineup. Our players are healthy. We have Hutch back.
Yeah.
He was really what they were missing on the defensive end. So I do think we have it, but we just got to stay aggressive, especially Goff, him being the heart of the team.
Yeah, Alicia, I think you're going to be quite all right.
Definitely, for sure.
In the lane that you're in, I'm so excited. So for those of you who are tuning in, we got the women out there saying, "You go, girl." Hey, they don't know what you're talking about, but you sound like you know your stuff. But you're doing a great job. And so just so you guys know what exactly is going on. So we have been working here at Straight Talk, and we're going to expand our audience and our listenership and our viewership. We're going to do all of those things at once. I'm speaking that by faith. And a way that we're going to do that is we're also going to extend. We've been greenlit to go from 6 to 7. We're going to expand that another 30 minutes. So we'll be going from 6 to 7:30. So with that, we're going to be able to add some additional components. One of those is sports, because half the time when I'm on here talking, sports are happening and I'm asking people what are the updates. So Alicia is going to keep us in tune and up to date to all of the sports talk. And those of you out there, fellas, if you out there and you think you got something and you disagree, you can always give a call and we'll drop the line in the stream, or we'll put it on the air so that you can call in. And I'm gonna tell you, she knows this stuff, so she'll go toe to toe with you on all of those numbers and the stats. So she ain't playing, and neither are we. We're gonna get right into today's conversation because there's a lot to talk about. Before we get to the topic of today, the main topic, I want to talk just a little bit about the government shutdown. We have now entered into, I believe, 40 days of a government shutdown. This is the longest only next to just beyond the last shutdown that Mr. Trump was in. And so we are really trying to do what we can, because SNAP benefits have snapped once again. And we're seeing that many people are in threat of hunger. The emergency, and I just want to put some things into perspective, because a lot of you that are out there, you may have heard some misinformation out there, and many of you are like, I can't believe the Black Supreme Court lady voted against giving people their SNAP benefits. And someone said something that was so just weird to me. But anyways, they were talking about Black folks need to be worried about all of these other things, and keeping families intact and strong families. Instead of, they need to go just as hard for that as they do for SNAP benefits. And I thought to myself, what does one have to do with the other? We continually have to educate those who are miseducated by the narrative that is always put out there, that we're picture SNAP benefits. You see Black folks on the side, and the statistics. Y'all done found out this time that we are not the biggest benefactors of this particular agency of welfare, of food stamps, whatever you want to call it. But per capita, even if you want to go by that, if you want to go by raw numbers per capita, whatever, we still ain't it. When you look at the number, there are more African American that are middle class in this nation than there are white people, per capita, and that is where we are. And so, yes, we do have individuals, and the fact of the matter is that even though it is not largely us, we have enough understanding and enough common sense to know that it shouldn't matter what color you are. You should not have to go hungry. And so that is one of the things that we're going to be talking about. But with that, I just want to just kind of put some things in place and make sure that we're understanding and we set the record straight in terms of what's happening. There were emergency dollars that were out there that the USDA had that were available for us to be able to use. And the purpose for this, when you go back and look at why those dollars are there, it was in case there was government shutdown and the need for food assistance and other things of that nature. We have a government right now that is playing checkers with our lives. I'm saying checkers because we know that we're going to checkmate win this game. But they're playing checkers, and they are really not caring. They don't care if you voted for them. They don't care if you were back in the blue. They don't care if you was making great things happen. You wear a red shirt, red hat. You can paint yourself red. They are not caring. If you are not a billionaire, it seems that this administration does not hear your concern. So we are now finding out. Y'all finding out today. All of my Latino brothers, hola, que pasa? Y'all finding out this time that this is not what it is. This ain't what you want. But we're seeing here that these benefits have been out. The U.S. Department of Agriculture stated that it cannot use. So we know that all of the department heads at the federal level are all head now by Trump loyalists. A lot of sycophants that are out there doing exactly what he says, kicking the boot, licking the boot, all of that good stuff. They said that they cannot use their government dollars, those emergency funds, for the purpose of meeting the needs for those SNAP benefits, especially not the full benefit package. We have gone from no benefits to 50% benefits to 65% benefits back to no benefits. And so once that 65% benefit, there will be partial benefits that were given for a few folks. I know some people happy they got the third came and they came up, so they got their stamps or they got their benefits on their cards or however that is. A lot of folks are still not getting what they needed. Why is that, you say, Mr. Bowen? It's because when they saw that those benefits were going to happen and the judge on a federal level said, we're going to have to let this go through. We're going to make sure that you have to pay it. There was a mandate. I think it's District 1. When that happened, there was an appeal that took place from the Republican Party. Now, listen to this, y'all. They're continually saying that this is a Democratic shutdown, which they own all three branches of government. They had them all. But now, when benefits are flowing, they said, nope, let's appeal to stop the benefits. Y'all need to understand what's really going on. And then we got Charlemagne, the not God, out there saying, hey, it's time for the government shut. Don't you stay in your lane, do entertainment, and just continue to do that. You have a problem with that because some folks roll up on you, then you get a little tongue-tied when they step into your office. But anyways, what we see is that there is a whole game going on, and I want to make sure that we're clear. Many of y'all saying we need to open the government, and I agree, we do need to open the government. However, what we have been wanting for a very long time, we operate in a system where there are two forms of government, two different parties in government, not two forms, but two parties. There's almost two forms too. Jeff, we got those that follow the law and those who don't follow the law, two different forms.
Bingo.
But we have this new system. This current system is not new. We need something new, but where there are two parties, two major parties, the Democrats and the Republican. And so what we're seeing here is that the Republicans have said, listen, we want to do what we have to for big business. We want big tax cuts for rich folk. We're not necessarily concerned about a lot of things. And what has happened is Obamacare. And I'm gonna tell y'all, a part of the problem is these brothers they struggle saying Obamacare. Say Obamacare, y'all.
Obamacare.
Oh, Obamacare. We didn't said it here because, you know, a part of it is that they don't like the subsidies because big pharma and their company and their friends are making big money when you have to go to the doctor and pay for all of those prescriptions. And that's on both sides of the aisles. Okay. But what we have seen here is that there is a Obamacare that has taken place that is allowing folk to have subsidies that will take. And what these subsidies do, so y'all understand, is that there is an exorbitant cost that you can go. If you go to the doctor without insurance, there is the pay that you would normally have to go in there and pay. Then these subsidies come in and they say, you know what? We're going to cover the difference between that and what we would consider affordable health care. That's why it's considered the Affordable Health Care Act. So there is a regular pay that you have, and then they come in like, this is what an affordable price is. And so the difference between that affordable price and what would be charged if you went into the physician's office or the surgery room or whatever it is what those subsidies cover. Now, the thing is, so they want to roll back those subsidies so that they can then provide major tax cuts for the wealthy. And so if I'm in government and you're in government, if you're looking at the way I think that the wealthy got all of it, they're making money over hand and fist every single day. They've gotten tax cuts. They've gotten government contracts. The little man needs to be able to get something. So I finally thank the Democratic Party for finally growing a pair and putting on their big girl, big boy panties and fighting this fight. And they're fighting this for all of us, because I'll tell you what's going to happen. Should we open up the government and we do not make sure that there is a mandate for these subsidies to be extended, to stay in place, what's going to happen is they're never going to happen. They're going to push through, and what you're going to see, and I'm going to tell you, I'm one of those people. This is now I got a personal fight in this, because I pay for my own insurances, and right now I'm paying about $550 a month for insurance. That's just my medical. When we talk about additional for health, for vision and for dental, these are things that are impacting America. Now they're saying that we could see those costs rise by maybe a third to almost half more. There is no way in the world that I desire or would like to pay nearly $1,000 for what I think in the greatest country in the world should be something that we all should be able to have: healthcare. So we're seeing these things take place. They're playing games with us out here. And so they're saying we would rather starve Americans. We want to starve them into submission. This is the tactic that I see happening. So listen, if we take them benefits, we take those stamps, we start messing up those Section 8s, we start messing with those things, make them feel it in their pockets, then guess what? They're going to fold, because what they want is the little trinkets and we'll get the big prize. Well, I'm going to tell you right now, this is why what we're going to talk about today, how the community must come in and protect the community in this time. But we're really going to stand up and fight for our rights. If we're going to stand up for the little of us, the least of us, then this is the time to do it. This is not the time to tuck your tail in and run. We've got to stand up, be bold, and fight the good fight. We're going to come back after this break. But before we do that, I forgot to tell you. So Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson, she did make she put a stay on what was taking place. I need y'all to understand that I think it was District 1 falls under her district, the first circuit falls under. So the appeal by the federal court at a lower court was mandating that this happened. There was an appeal to the other court. It went to the Supreme Court. They made a ruling. Hey, they appealed to the Supreme Court. This is the Trump administration. She says, you know what? I'm going to put a stay until that lower court renders their verdict, and then we'll move for 48 hours after that. What I'm saying now, no longer. She did not dissent, give opinion. She did not side with anybody. This was merely procedural. So we have to understand she is a federal Supreme Court justice. And so that means that she has to do things. This is basically doing her job. And so I need y'all to understand that. Don't throw a sister away, because y'all know we get mad when people start messing with stuff. Man, she a sister, and we think that everybody's supposed to fight for only us. I like to see that people are fighting for us, but we have to also do our jobs. We're going to take a quick commercial break. When we get back, we're going to talk about the power of community building. Stay, don't go away. We'll be back with more Straight Talk.
You're listening to Straight Talk with Kareem Bowen on Kiss 107.1.
Hey, Mid-Michigan, are you ready to knock out your clunker? Ryan Wasik here from Bell Wasik GMC Buick, your local Buick dealer. This month, I'm throwing haymakers at high down payments because just $1 down puts you back in the ring. That's right, $1. Get off the ropes and into a nicer, newer car today. If your old ride's a total lightweight, wobbling, stalling, or just can't go the distance, it's time to tap out and trade up. Because when you step into the ring with us, you're never fighting alone. We'll help you land the winning combo: confidence, comfort, and a comeback you can feel. This month only, you can drive for just $1 down, with monthly payments that won't hit below the belt. Here at Bell Wasik GMC Buick, we're all about acceptance and affordability. My solution specialists are in your corner, helping folks every day climb off the mat and into something better. So if you're sick of your old ride ducking, diving, and draining your drive, knock it out for just $1 down. But hurry, this deal gets counted out at the end of the month. I'm Ryan Wasik, and I'm your dealer for the people. See all my fight-ready rides at RyanApproved.com. That's RyanApproved.com.
Credit requires bank approval. Negative equity may be refinanced. Offer absolutely ends November 30th, 2025.
Macy's one-day sale is the perfect time to get a jump on holiday shopping because you'll find incredible deals on great gifts like Style & Co. sweaters for $19.99, coats for the family for under $100, and diamond studs for $2.99. That's over half off. Plus, it's Star Money bonus days when Star Rewards members can earn Star Money faster. Not a member yet? Join for free and start earning $10 in Star Money for every $100 you spend at Macy's one-day sale today. Savings off select styles. Exclusions apply.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex Severe from Vicks.
Sinex Severe Nasal Spray.
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex Severe instantly relieves nasal congestion and works 6 times faster than nasal decongestant tablets. The 12 hours of relief allow you to get back to the moments that matter without congestion.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it.
Try Sinex Severe from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
If you're one of the millions of Americans behind on your taxes, if you're afraid to open your mail because IRS collection letters could be coming, listen carefully. The IRS is cracking down, taking paychecks, freezing bank accounts, revoking passports. That's a fact. But here's what most people don't know. There are official tax relief programs designed to help struggling taxpayers. Programs that could save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief. Optima's award-winning team will fight to protect your paycheck, your passport, and your property. Their tax attorneys and licensed tax professionals will work tirelessly to get you the best deal possible with the IRS. Every day, penalties and interest keep piling up, so don't wait. Call Optima now for a free consultation.
Call 800-749-8188. 800-749-8188. 800-749-8188.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
The holidays are here, full of joy, family, friends, and yes, a little hustle and bustle. That's why you need Aleve. Between cooking, shopping, and all those extra errands, aches and pains can sneak in. Aleve is here to help with long-lasting body pain relief. Don't let body pain slow you down. With up to 12 hours of body pain relief per dose, you can keep up with the season's magic and all that awaits. Pick up Aleve and get back to what really matters, making memories. Use as directed.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
A blown left headlight is making Erica's drive to her son's soccer game darker and darker. So she goes to AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today?
Where a friendly AutoZoner finds her 2 new bulbs.
These lights have the most clarity.
And helps her get back on the road so she can brighten her drive and the cheering section.
All right, all right.
See clearer and drive safer with new lights. No hassles, just help.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
RocketGrabPlus.com.
Looking for the perfect deal? Rocket Grab Plus has you covered. Right now, you can score amazing deals like half off a $20 voucher to K-Wall's Kitchen for only $10. Or deals from local businesses like Applied Training Solutions, The Healing Room, Fuzzy's Ice Cream Parlor, The Bubble Tea Shop, and Drift. Head on over to RocketGrabPlus.com right now to snag an incredible deal before it's too late. Don't miss out on local fun for half the price.
RocketGrabPlus.com.
This holiday season, Target has your back with irresistibly cool gifts for everyone on your list. For the trendsetter, start with affordable beauty kits and gift sets. Need something the whole fam will love? Grab snuggly matching fits in every size and style. And for the thrill seekers, don't forget the hottest toys and tech of the season. Target's got you covered with the best deals for endless fun. Shop in store or online. And step into the holidays with Target. Restrictions apply.
You're listening to Straight Talk with Kareem Bowen on Kiss 107.1.
This is Kareem. We're back with more Straight Talk. I'm in the studio with Alicia Fields. And now, y'all heard her talking sports on the radio. We've gotten an update. Jeff is now trying to take over the sports handle. Jeff, what did we find out about the Lions currently?
Well, I was sharing with her that the Lions went up 32-10 now.
32-10. They doing it. All right. So I wouldn't expect that.
Two-man sports show at this point.
Hey, there we go. All right. But we're here today. So I want to bring in my man, Jeff Bulls. He is the president of CAP, Community Alliance for the People. Did I get it right?
Yes, sir.
All right. He wants a community action for the people, but they take action too now.
Absolutely.
So this is great. So we're excited about this. And I'm excited to have him in the studio on today. For those of you who are listening, you keep losing connection, keep trying to get reconnected. I'm so sorry, Sharice Steele Phillips. We want to thank everybody that's out there. And I didn't give a shout out to my main man, the producer. What's going on, Matt, a.k.a. White Soul?
Hey, what up, Doe? How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. What up, Doe? So we're going to talk really quickly about what's taking place. Community building is one of the foundational things in which this radio program was started back in 2018. It's crazy. March of 2018. I started this radio program, and the purpose of it was to answer the question, what do we do if the village is on fire? That means that we've got to pull up our sleeves. We've got to go to work and do the work. And so we have always talked about the importance of building community, rebuilding the village in every aspect of the village. So today I have my brother Jeff here because we just experienced something that I think was a momentous occasion for my lifetime. Maybe people are saying, hey, that happened. We used to do that. And I'm sure you did. But for my lifetime, I think that this was a big shot. Jeff, why don't you go ahead, let the folks know what took place this weekend, and we're going to get into the mix on that one.
So this weekend, we did a food giveaway, something that was sorely needed. It's still sorely needed,
Absolutely.
actually, because with this SNAP, whatever you want to call it, the SNAP.
The snap is snap.
Ain't snapping right now. So, but it created a need. And so us as the community, as the village, we thought, man, we have to do something. And so myself, my fellow CAP cohort, Danita Dorsey, we had a conversation about what can we do? And, and then I called you.
Yeah.
And so, man, we just pulled this thing together. We pulled together a cohort of community.
Yeah.
Different organizations, whether they're community centers or other fellow C3s, and other community members that may not be a part of an organization, but all different people that want to do something special for the community to take care of each other. And so that's how it started, man. And it was amazing.
I want to say this. I've worked with, I've been doing this since 2000. It's been 25 years of community work, organizing, working with people. I'm on a different side of that. Before it was, working with athletes in the United Way and those big entities. Miss Pam, New Alternatives back in the day, man. Oh, man. Working with those agencies, then working with the Jason Richardson Foundation, bringing in nearly $1 million with the golf outing, the donations and all the things that were going on in the community. And working with everyone. I have never had such an easy time working in partnership with an organization than what I had this last time. So CAP was amazing working with you, Jeff. As always, we have these offline conversations that always lead to some type of something, right?
Mm-hmm.
But Karen Lawrence Webster, Karen is a firecracker. She don't mind speaking truth to power. She was absolutely amazing to work with. She stepped right up and took the bull by the horns. Danita Dorsey, yourself. Just everybody that came in. And I want to say this because I'm a person that oftentimes, if we're not going to do anything, I'm not going to be around very long. What are we going to do?
Right.
And so I don't remember what initially our call was about, but we had one of those calls where we start on A and we ended up right around D, E, and F. And we're like, yo, what are we going to do about these benefits? And so that conversation materialized. And I want to give a shout out to all of the churches, the pastors, the neighborhood house, First Word, all of our community service organizations everyone across the board, to Pobo and to Team Loyalty, who showed up big out there moving boxes. Such an amazing job. Pastor Tatum, who opened up the doors. One of the things that we were trying to do, and I think that this is important, and I'm going to turn this back to you, Jeff, because it's so important. When we talk about building a collective like we were doing, and people are like, well, what are we going to call ourselves? It don't matter. We're collective. Well, what's the name of the collective? Saginaw Food Shortage Collective. I mean, we got to get away from trying to brand it, name it. Let's just do the work, right?
Do the work.
And one of the things that was so exciting was that when everyone came together, now Danita goes to one of the largest churches in terms of membership in the city as a member of Mount Olive Baptist Church, Missionary Baptist Church, right? And then I'm a church right up the street at the Potter's Church Ministries. And since we were kind of the ones that were spearheading this movement, we made a decision. We don't want it to be at our churches because we don't want this to be about us. This has to be about the community. Jeff, tell me how important that idea and that concept of really pushing community, how important that is to you.
Because it just makes it a selfless gesture. It's not about who I'm connected to. It's not about the name of my org or who's getting the credit. It's just about.
Can I send you my logo?
Man, and we deal with that so much. It's just about doing the work. It's just about being selfless. It's just about knowing that people are hungry, that needed food, and we were there for them, and we'll continue to be there for them.
Yeah. And it was so beautiful for everyone. And so let me tell you what I really love, because we missed the ball. We missed the mark on COVID. In COVID, I mean, I left out of COVID with a very bad taste in my mouth. Because I felt like our churches could have been more present.
Absolutely.
You know, we have faith, and the Bible tells us that we can walk on serpents, we can drink any deadly thing, and it will not harm us. But during COVID, all of our churches, the majority of our churches shut down. And we were in a place where people were hungry, looking for meals because of the government, the world had shut down, and we were not present. That was not the case in terms of how people are showing up here. Let's talk about those unified donations on last Sunday that was taking places in churches all over the city.
Man, there's so many. So, you know, one of the things that we started out with, not only, you know, talking about doing a food distribution, but we talked about supporting our current pantries.
Yeah.
Because there are current pantries out there that actually serve the community. And then another piece of this was asking churches to take up a benevolent offering specifically for this venture, and they did so. They showed up big, and we're so thankful to those churches and those pastors who took the lead and made it happen. And so we're man, the village showed up. I keep thinking that in my head, like, man, the village really showed up, and I'm overjoyed. I'm almost stammering, but I'm really, really happy to see, because we can do this. We can always do this, and there's no reason why we can't keep doing it.
And I want to say this really quick, because I think that this is very important. When we were doing this work and when we started, I'm the person, I believe that we have to take care of ourselves.
Absolutely.
And, you know, there were some people that were kind of offset because they were like, well, why does it have to be only for the Black community? And which is, I get it, but I don't understand why it's a problem when we make an effort to take care of ourselves. And for those of you out there in the community that you think, oh, we should do it collect, I think that there has to be a larger move. And I think that there's one that is great with Tina Swanton and United Way, and with the Saginaw Community Foundation, and they're doing a great job. They're running everything through 211, which is how they were set up. But we happen to be a more grassroots organization. And what I mean by that is that when we have fought in our churches, in our communities, in our neighborhoods during the entire 50s and 60s, 70s, the struggle was there. It was those grassroots organizations that really benefited us, so that we could knock on every door and every voice could be heard and every person could be counted and brought to the table. So that did not mean, I need people to understand that when Black people take care of themselves and we find Black joy without the existence of other people, it's okay. Y'all gonna be okay. But because we have to be able to do those things. And I think, and I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna scream it from the rooftop and the highways and the hedges, that we have to be able to do this. Now, Jeff, as we're looking at this now, this was food insecurity. Everybody was amped. we put aside just the different branded shirts, the organizations, the NAACP. I saw Mr. Pugh out there. Dr. Pugh, I love you. Dr. Pamela Pugh was out there. I was talking about her dad, but Dr. Pamela Pugh was out there. Just everyone in the community was showing up. And I didn't know that Pastor Tatum could run a forklift, but he's a quick study. He learned that forklift. And I'm going to tell you what else got me that I was excited about. Not only that, but we had a situation. Bishop Campbell, I want to say this because you are really the GOAT, the greatest of all time when it comes to food distribution. And when I first got introduced to this, I think back in 2007, it was under your direction. And we were doing them at Ojibwe Island and all over the place. And so I learned a lot. But he came in clutch because they told us at the Eastern Food Bank, Southeastern Food Bank of Michigan that we got the food, but we can't get it to you because we don't have drivers. So Bishop Campbell's like, that's all right. We're going to work that out. Bam. He gets a driver. Not only does he get a driver, but he gets a driver who looks like he's from the village.
Absolutely.
And so I was impressed by that because this was truly us taking care of us. And then we said, well, now we need to get a forklift. He managed that situation. We got the forklift. And then the driver also understood and knew how to use a forklift. Gave a crash course to Pastor Tatum, who's out there willing and dealing with the forklift. But the people were there. So many lists. I'm going to pull up my thing, but we had Impact Campus Ministry out there. We had, as I said, Team Loyalty. We had POBO out there. Help Community Violence Intervention was out there. NAACP. We had churches represented out there. We had North, the Houghton Jones neighborhood.
Yep.
Just everybody was out there.
Everybody.
Absolutely amazing. Now, I want to turn the corner because you know how I am.
Yeah.
Y'all know how I do. This is not the end. This is only the very beginning because, as we know, they're still on pause.
Absolutely.
And so every day that we go, people are falling prey to food shortage, right? So as we go, we're not only going to do distributions, but places like CAC and other organizations were opening up their pantry right after the first because food was not happening.
Right.
So we also want to then get those dollars and make sure that we're restocking those pantries that are feeding people, those organizations that are doing Meals on Wheels. What is the website you have, Jeff? What is your Facebook page or whatever? Because we are posting this information. There's a whole list of pantry. I'm sure it's out there on social media somewhere. We're going to be posting it here again because there's a pretty much exhaustive list of all the places that give meals. We know that you can get the Hunger Solution, the Eastside Soup Kitchen does meals Monday through Friday, but there are other organizations that are doing meals. There are organizations that have pantries where you can go and get staple goods and other things. And then there are other distributions. Victorious Believers Ministries does a distribution. As we said, Bishop Campbell and New Birth Missionary Baptist Church. Yes. So all of these organizations are doing it, and we're tying them together. They are centralized, they're organized. There's a whole calendar out there.
Yes.
So until your benefits come, there is help, and it's here. But let's talk about this. If we can do this for food,
we can do it for anything else.
That's all I'm saying, bro.
Yep.
So with that being said, we're going to continue that collective. Do we have a meeting coming up, a virtual meeting? I don't know if we scheduled one.
We didn't schedule one.
Okay.
But, we should.
This week.
Because there's more work to do.
Absolutely.
We had a great time. And we were very successful this weekend, but the need is still there. And so we want this collective to not only just address the SNAP issue, because, that issue will be resolved at some point.
Absolutely.
But the need for food is going to continue. People with SNAP, full SNAP, still struggle.
Absolutely.
And people that work every day, a lot of people, and that's a misnomer that you have out there. A lot of people that think that people on SNAP don't work. People work. There's such a thing as Alice.
Yeah.
Like
basically the working poor.
Limited.
Yeah.
That they work. And so
asset limited income constraint. Yeah.
Absolutely. And so there's a constant need, not only for food, but other things like toiletries.
Yes.
There are young mothers that struggle getting formula. We can go on and on with the needs. And so that's why we want to continue this collective.
So we want you guys to stay tuned. We're trying to get that information out there. I think we got to get some of those flyers and those schedules, hard copies, because some of our seniors, they are not going to be on social media checking these things out. But we had people knocking on doors. We had people delivering boxes of food. this is what I like because I never saw this in any of the other donations that I've done over the past years, the 18 years or whatever. So, in this particular one, when we were talking, I'm bringing just the understanding and the wealth of what we, Bishop Campbell, what we did when we were doing those food distributions and identification. People are like, I need to get ID. I don't have my ID. This one, we're like, listen, if you are hungry and you're saying that you need food, listen, we're going to give you the food. So we cannot be so much sticklers on process sometimes that we forget to meet the need.
Right.
And so that was important. The other thing was, normally we say that you have to drive up in a car. Well, I ain't got no car. And Pastor Tatum, he has his church position in a place that has a high volume of need.
Yep.
And so we saw a number of people just walking up. We had about 20 or so people that called in advance. Listen, I'm either indigent, I can't get out, I don't have a car. And we delivered those boxes. Thank you, those brothers and sisters who were delivering those food boxes. But then we had people walking up, and this is what I love. My man, Chucky Lawrence, shout out to you, man.
Shout out to Chuck.
He was out there. He's cleaning the parking lot, driving trucks, doing all of this stuff. But what happened was when those people were walking up, I said, Chuck, listen, we have some people delivering boxes to people who called in advance. But we got to take care of these individuals. We cannot let them go. And they were trying to struggle to take these boxes. And I mean, they had a nice heavy box. You got milk products. You got, apples and pears and onions and potatoes. There's no way you could do all of this.
Right.
And he said, say less, man. He grabbed his own personal vehicle. And then he pulled it up. He comes in, gets all of the people's stuff. And he does this several times. People he doesn't even know, putting them in his vehicle, driving around, making sure that people got the sustenance that they needed. Shout out to you, Tucky. You get the rising star of the day. I really appreciate it. All of the people that were out there, you are all phenomenal stars. But that personal touch to service is what makes all of the difference in our community.
That's community.
So, Jeff, we're going to take a quick commercial break. When we get done, on last week, I had a very bold conversation. Some of y'all probably feel a little bit hurt by it. It's not intentional. This is politics. And you used to wear this shirt and this hat that I love. And you gave me one that talked about my politics are black.
Absolutely.
We're going to talk about black politics in the village and how we can use the same concept of bringing the collective together to really put the people in office that we need and we know are going to represent us. We're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back.
You're listening to Straight Talk with Kareem Bowen on KISS 107.1.
RocketGrabPlus.com. This week's deal to Pat's Food Center in Freeland has sold out. Pat's is open 7 days a week and proudly serves the Freeland area. Come in for the best grocery experience in town. Pat's Food Center has been a family-owned and operated store since 1955. These deals go fast. Don't miss out on the next one from RocketGrabPlus.com. RocketGrabPlus.com.
Hey, Mid-Michigan, are you ready to knock out your clunker? Ryan Wasik here for Bell Wasik GMC Buick, your local Buick dealer. This month, I'm throwing haymakers at high down payments because just $1 down puts you back in the ring. That's right, $1. Get off the ropes and into a nicer, newer car today. If your old ride's a total lightweight, wobbling, stalling, or just can't go the distance, it's time to tap out and trade up because when you step into the ring with us, you're never fighting alone. We'll help you land the winning combo, confidence, comfort, and a comeback you can feel. This month only, you can drive for just $1 down. With monthly payments that won't hit below the belt. Here at Bell Wasik GMC Buick, we're all about acceptance and affordability. My solution specialists are in your corner, helping folks every day climb off the mat and into something better. So if you're sick of your old ride, ducking, diving, and draining your drive, knock it out for just $1 down. But hurry, this deal gets counted out at the end of the month. I'm Ryan Wasik, and I'm your dealer for the people. See all my fight-ready rides at RyanApproved.com. That's RyanApproved.com.
Credit requires bank approval. Negative equity may be refinanced. Offer absolutely ends November 30th, 2025.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost, month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-315-5848 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-315-5848. That's 800-315-5848. What do you have to lose? Call 800-315-5848. Again, 800-315-5848.
Every time I turn around, my friends at Pure Talk give me one more reason to feel good about switching. This month, for instance, they're supporting Canines for Warriors, a terrific organization that trains rescue dogs and then pairs them up with combat veterans struggling with PTSD. The result? They're saving lives on both ends of the leash. This is why I switched to Pure Talk. I like being in business with an American wireless company who shares my values. Yeah, I appreciate unlimited talk, text, and plenty of 5G data for just $25 a month, and I bet you will too. But I think you'll really appreciate doing business with a company who gives back to the men and women who volunteered to defend our country. Just dial pound 250, say micro. With Pure Talk's U.S. customer service team, you can switch in as little as 10 minutes. Again, dial pound 250, say micro, to switch to an American wireless company who actually stands for something. Pure Talk.
If you've been diagnosed with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis, this is what it sounds like to be a million miles away. Imagine being a million miles away. Tremfya Guselkumab, taken by injection, is a prescription medicine for adults with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis who may benefit from taking injections or pills or phototherapy. With Tremfya, clearer skin is possible. In clinical trials, at least 70% of patients saw at least 90% clearer skin at 16 weeks. Results may vary. Tremfya is also indicated for adults with active psoriatic arthritis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Ask your doctor about Tremfya. Call 1-800-526-7736 or visit tremfya.com.
Macy's one-day sale is the perfect time to get a jump on holiday shopping because you'll find incredible deals on great gifts like Style & Co sweaters for $19.99, coats for the family for under $100, and diamond studs for $2.99. That's over half off. Plus, it's Star Money bonus days when Star Rewards members can earn Star Money faster. Not a member yet? Join for free and start earning $10 in Star Money for every $100 you spend at Macy's one-day sale today. Savings off select styles. Exclusions apply.
With Black Friday savings at the Home Depot, you can get up to 40% off, plus up to an extra $1,000 off select innovative appliances like GE Profile. Add a touch of ease to your holiday with the all-in-one combo to wash and dry your laundry in one machine. And refrigerators with built-in convenient features like the dual dispense auto-fill water pitcher. Shop Black Friday savings on select GE Profile appliances, plus get free delivery now at the Home Depot. Free delivery on appliance purchases of $396 or more. Offer valid 11/5 through 12/3. U.S. only. See store or online for details.
It's Straight Talk with Kareem Bowen on KISS 107.1.
We're back with more Straight Talk. And so before the commercial break, I began to talk about the community collective that took place that was so inspiring and so exciting. And you've seen social media posts all over the place. It was such a joy working with everyone who's a part of that. Jeff, just, getting together and brainstorming, that was great. But as you know, we always think, so what can we do next? And so I want to talk about really quickly, we don't have a whole bunch of time, but I want to talk about this new election that's coming up for our state Senate race. And we know that we have three individuals that are out there. I hate when the Democratic Party, everybody thinks that they can do it better than somebody else. And I guess, you have that right. This is America. But we have to, I think, we have to be a bit more strong in our voice, say it with our chests when we need people to wait their turn or wait the next cycle, or when we believe that this is a season for them to move. I've always been very boisterous and honest about that. On last week, I said, and I believe it, that we need a fighter. I think that we need somebody who understands politics, who is willing to go in and stick it in there and get involved and be ready to go on day one. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about how we can begin to move, because I think that we've created and we found a way to make that happen. What are your thoughts?
My thoughts is we have to be strategic. I heard your comments last week, and I agree with them. I'll even add on that it shouldn't be a matter of personal feelings. Don't get in your feelings about it. Politics, you don't have room for feelings. It's just about business, and we should be about the business of the collective and choosing the best candidate to represent us in this moment. We don't need inexperience. We don't need anybody that doesn't know how to, that can't capture the moment that we're in. And here in Saginaw, in this district, we have a fighter that's ready to step up. She's been ready to step up. I had that conversation with all three. In particular, the two that honestly, I'll just be very bold. They shouldn't even be in the race. I've had that conversation with them personally. Yeah. I caught some flack for it.
Jeff, I like your kind of carried on. I mean, I think that you have to be able, listen, in the village, let's say this real quick, okay?
Yeah.
We have to be able to respect the fact that people have their own thoughts and their own opinions. And when there's different, it doesn't mean that we got to throw the baby out with the bathwater. We just don't agree. But I said what I said.
And it's not personal.
It's not personal.
It's not personal, man.
So with this, Jeff, what are your thoughts when we have this conversation? I think that there's almost needs to be an internal runoff before the actual election. And what I mean by that is this. We need to have a collective conversation where people are putting their thoughts and ideas on the table, because Black people are not a monolith. We have different thoughts and opinions. Just like we think that there is a particular candidate that should vote, somebody else thinks that, other people should. And I respect that. But I think that we do ourselves a disservice when we continually allow 2, 3, 4 people to get into the voting season, and we're still separated. So I think there has to be some real collective conversation.
Absolutely.
About how do we begin to bring 3 to 2 to where we eventually can get to 1.
Yeah, absolutely.
Am I talking crazy?
You're not. This isn't some novel concept. This is what happens in politics every day. I can think back to when Ken Horn was our state rep.
Yeah.
There was a guy that tried to run against him, and collectively, that party said, no,
it ain't happening.
Go have a seat.
Yeah.
Go run for city council or something. Like, it ain't your time. And we have to be bold enough as the Black community to bring our leaders together and have that very conversation. Who's best suited to serve at this time? And, and there may be some feelings that's hurt in that process, but so what? Get over it.
Yeah. So we make so much about what's needed in the village about me personally. Like this is how I feel. And feelings ain't facts. And feelings will always have you in an island by yourself. So we've got to begin to think about what is best for the least of us. And how do we go from the least of us to being able to take care of those as we move up that ladder, if so to speak. And so I think that having these hard conversations, bringing the collective together, having what we were talking about, we were all on one accord that we got to feed one another.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the way that we don't end up in these situations is that we begin to develop our leaders before the election.
Yep.
We establish who our leaders are, because no one else has the right to tell you who your leaders are. I don't care how good the story. And like all of the people, I like them personally. And one story, I'm really moved by his personal story. But the fact of the matter is, no one gets to define who our leaders are but us.
Right.
Because we have to begin to understand that the narrative is so important. I'm so glad Bob Johnson, formerly of Michigan, MLive, we had a really good conversation, and we're talking about some things that need to take place. In addition to the collective action, the collective movement and work of our community, we also have to build a collective voice.
Yep.
That we not only are moving together, but we're saying the same things. And not only saying the same things, but we're actually moving, saying, and putting action behind those same efforts. So when I look at what we did with this collective, when I say we, I'm not talking about me and Jeff. I'm talking about what we did as a community, because this could not have happened with just me and Jeff.
Right.
This could not have happened with Cap and Helper, but it needed to be loyalty. It needed to be NAACP. It needed to be NAVE and First Ward and all of those entities. We are so essential when we operate together. Let's talk. And I want to give you the last, we got a few minutes here, but I want to give you some time to really talk about when you look at the collective, what do you see in our city and what do you think that we're capable of when we begin to move as a collective?
That's just it. I see what we're capable of. And for far too long, we've allowed outside entities to come in and give us different views and splinter us. We can't let that happen anymore. You know what I mean? No disrespect to anybody outside of our community, but we have to be about the business of self.
Yes.
Our community, us, unapologetically.
I was gonna say unapologetically Black.
That's it. And when we do that, just like we did this weekend, we didn't. There were forces that wanted us to do something different, and that's and there's no disrespect.
Absolutely, absolutely.
But that's why me personally, I pushed back on it. Because no, we're going to do what we're supposed to do for our own people. Who better serves us than us?
And I say that because we've learned since the 80s that trickle down economics never worked for us very well.
No, not at all.
And so I think that we have to be able to, as a community, make ourselves our own priority.
Absolutely.
Every other group of people across the nation and around the world does it.
Yep.
When we look at the Asian, the Chinese, the Filipino, whatever they are, they take care of their community first. They put their community first, and nobody balks about it.
Well, can I say this? Though?
Absolutely.
I mean, on the other side of that coin, you often hear when you talk about quote unquote black on black crime or whatever, the charge is always, well, you guys need to take care of that.
Absolutely.
Okay, well, we're taking care of it.
We're gonna handle
leave us alone, and we're gonna take care of it.
And so there's just a fear. I'm going to tell you this. When you look around the world and you see where we show up, we everywhere, first of all.
Mm-hmm.
But here in the United States, you Black people in the United States are something real special. I'm going to tell you that, Jeff. When I look at you colored folks out there, when I look at Black people in America, I'm talking about those ADOS, those African-American descendants of slaves. We are some of the most beneficial, some of the most special people, and we are loved by the world. We're like no other Black people on this planet. They love our culture. They love our food. They love our color. They love everything about us. And I think that because there is such a love for who we are, sometimes when you can't be us, it becomes problematic. And we have to be able to have enough love for ourselves. And that's not hating anybody else. When James Brown said, "I'm Black, I'm proud," say it loud. What he was saying is that we no longer, our desire is to assimilate. We don't want to fit in to your stereotypical roles of who we should be and what we should assimilate to or what we should strive to. But we are setting our own standards of what is beautiful. We're setting our own standards of how we operate. We're creating and taking control of the pen that writes the narrative of our own community. Because when we write those stories, we show up in the way that we are in history. We're not whitewashed. We're not dissolved. We're not lost. But who we are, what we've accomplished, what we've achieved, every bit of who we are comes to the room. And at the end of the day, the words that this administration is so afraid of, DE&I, diversity, equity, and inclusion, simply means allow us to bring all of us to the front of the room, to come into the room, to be in the workplace, and be unapologetically who we are.
Absolutely.
And for many people, it's a problem. And so we use that term, white supremacy, and folks are afraid of it. They think when they hear white supremacy, they think shaved head, tattoos, swastikas. But white supremacy is when other folks, white folks, think that they understand what is best for our community. And that is not pushed on any other community in America except for the Black community. And we are not going to take it. We're going to stand in solidarity. If it breaks down for us, we'll build our own. I want to thank you, Jeff, and you, Alicia. I'm excited about you coming on the team and providing sports from your perspective. You've done an amazing job on today. All the way down there in Texas. What's up? My girl, Kelly Petros, is down there doing amazing things. We love all of you. Continually tune in. We're going to collectively come together, build this community one brick at a time. What happens when the village is on fire? You get a fire hose and you put the fire out. Take care of yourselves and each other. God bless you all. Grace and peace.
You've been listening to Straight Talk with Kareem Bowen on KISS 107.1. The views and opinions expressed on Straight Talk with Kareem Bowen by the host, its guest, or call-ins do not necessarily represent the opinion of this station, the staff, its owners, Alpha Media USA, or its advertisers.
Broadcasting live from the KISS Gower Law Studios. Get the power of Gower. GowerLaw.com.